Hello everyone, IceCool Tech here. Now, Apple has just released iOS 15.3 to the public, and in this video we're going to be taking a look to see how the iPhone SE first generation from 2016 handles this latest release of iOS. Now, of course, if you'd like to see how this iPhone handles future iOS updates, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Now, while I don't expect the iPhone SE first generation to receive iOS 16 later this year, I do hope that it ends off well in terms of performance, and so far that is proving to be true. Since updating iOS 15.3 from 15.2.1, or 15.2 for that matter, I have actually noticed a slight performance gain. Everything is just a little bit faster than it was previously, and quite honestly, considering this device's age and hardware, it performs like a champ in 2022. Now, moving on to the animations, it's the same deal here. I am experiencing absolutely no major stuttering anywhere throughout the operating system except for, like Twitter. But the point is, I've had a very pleasant experience with the animations overall on iOS 15.3 on the iPhone SE. Alright, so now taking a look at the RAM management, there's really not much to talk about because it is the exact same as the previous few iOS 15 releases. I've noticed no change whatsoever, so there's, like I said, not much to talk about, so let's move on. So, as usual, for integrity reasons, I do want to mention that my iPhone SE is running at a max capacity of 87%, has had an unexpected shutdown and was being throttled, but of course, when that happened, I manually disabled the performance management. Alright, so even if my iPhone SE was at a full battery capacity, the battery performance probably wouldn't be the best. I'll tell you what, it would not stack anywhere close to like an iPhone 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max. So not only is my capacity degraded, but it's also 15.3 on, well, this. Battery life has been the best I've seen it on this iPhone SE in a very long time. And I say that more so than the iPhone 7 or the iPad Pro or any of the other devices. This is truly remarkable. Of course, your experience will vary depending on your usage type, your maximum capacity, and a ton of other variables, but for me, this is seriously a huge step up. Now, same thing goes for standby time. I've only noticed a standby time drain of about 5 to 10%, so a little bit more than the iPhone 7 was seeing with 15.3, but I will say again, the battery is degraded more and it's a smaller battery regardless, so it's bound to happen. I should also mention that after you update, assuming that you do, your iPhone will go through a process called indexing, which in layman's terms is basically a ton of background processes so the phone can get used to the new firmware. Now, I will say that this can result in reduced performance, battery life, and slight overheating for up to 3 days. I've never seen it go for that long, so I would give it maybe a day or two at most. If you continue having the problem afterwards, then you may just be very unlucky and experiencing battery drain and reduced performance. But again, I would give it 2 days at max. So overheating has not been a problem on 15.3 either. I have noticed the phone getting very slightly warm, slightly more so than 15.2, but it's nothing that's going to change the way you use your phone. It's nothing to be concerned about. Again, just slightly more. So with all that said, should you update? Well, if you're currently running any version of iOS 15 up to 15.3, I would absolutely recommend updating to 15.3 on your iPhone SE, since you'll be getting the bug fixes, security fixes, and all of the improvements that I talked about in this video. Now, if you're on iOS 14 or earlier, however, I would recommend waiting maybe just a little longer for the extra bug fixes and just to make sure that everything is really solid so you have a smooth transition. Alright everyone, that is all I have for this video. Now, if you did enjoy the video or you'd just like to say hi, make sure to leave a comment down below. Of course, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram using the links in the description. As always, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.